this world. I'll send you postcard birds in the flames you tried so hard to extinguish with fear of failing. I'll write down everything I have learned and edit it down to a single word. Lord, you have waited anticipated.
The time has once again come for another special. Now to start this off, I've recently been dethroned from being the only one in the States with a Milidix. One of my fans just recently won a Milidix ML1000 from an auction. I'm assuming Yahoo Japan with Bai Yi. So congratulations to him for winning that. Now I won't be the only one in the States with a Milidix, though I'll still be the only one with an ML304B, while he, for now, is the only one with an ML1000. And since he's in the States, I sent him a link to a product on Amazon that'll convert the 120 volts AC from the US power grid into 100 volts AC to power his Milidix. Because just like the ML304B and every other electric grid-powered thing in Japan, it runs on 100 volts AC. So to safely power it, he'll need to plug it into this. My Milidix is modified to run on 120 volts AC, so I don't need such a device. I show how I achieved this mod in my Milidix video. Oh, and a little tip on the sound output. All Milidixes output mono sound and on only one audio channel. So if you plug stereo headphones or speakers into it and the sound only comes out one side, it's not broken. It's just outputting the sound through one channel on the headphones or speakers. UWSA12 Siren Productions commented, "Questions for 39K. I'm getting an Ender 3D printer from Amazon. Could you make these STL files and publish them?" Holy freaking shards of glass. I'm probably not going to be making all of these right away, but some might show up at some point. Mostly due to me having to 3D print and paint them first in order to make the images see on the merch store. And I normally print them one at a time because in my experience, the quality of a print's usually better if I print one model at a time. Sirens in Aviation and More commented, "For 39K, can you do a synth of taps on the Decatone siren?" And can you give a quick tutorial on how to draw perfect lines using the pencil button in MS Paint? If so, much appreciated. I usually only use the pencil tool for straight lines if it's a short line in a small area. Any other time, I just use the line tool. But to draw a straight line with the pencil tool, you gotta be zoomed in pretty far and gently move your mouse, or finger if using a touchpad on a laptop, in the direction you want to draw the line, either vertical or horizontal. Siren's Tornado commented, "For 39K, hello there. Apologies for the boring video I sent last time." It's alright. I have this random Siren Shorts video, which is made by my friend, but since he's not that good at sharing links, I decided to do it myself. You guys wanted part 6? This is part 6. Same pictures I used, too. Except for that one, I don't remember using the hurricane tree.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to show how to turn on a LED with AC voltage.
Microwave oven transformer?
As you can see, I stole this microwave transformer for demonstration. Here is the LED I'm going to turn
the
on
LED?
the transformer.
I mean LED.
Alright, let's turn this on in. Hey, what's
Oh,
the
no.
voice? Oh,
Oh, is this an Is this an Electro Boom reference?
Hey, I'm here to replace you again.
Heck is
Hey,
that
not
thing?
you, Arga.
Or at least it's bidirectional now rather than just unidirectional.
Hey Vortex.
No. Well, you know what time it is.
Please God, no.
Oh god, please
no.
tell me the rotator's off on that. I'm pretty sure the wires here aren't wired through the collector rings here.
What is going on with my blower?
Half that's what you get.
I'm going to watch some YouTube.
Eat like a king who's on a budget. 3 tasty options.
Oh my
fries,
god, I
drink,
hate
and nuggets, all
ads.
for $5. Wait, that can't be right.
Yes, it can.
Watching
Hey
YouTube
guys,
ads.
today we're going to pull the fire alarm. So let's just pull down. Oh, now run.
Jason,
Here.
Henry,
Ah,
Yeah.
Hey, you're so
Back
weird
to
telling
the,
us our name's lol.
the siren class.
Hello, do you know why you're here? No, I don't know what I did and I don't know why I'm here. Well, you pulled the fire alarm. So now you're getting a $7 billion fine.
Oh my god, inflation's gone crazy. That sounds from Family
Bro,
Guy.
turn on the music so I can play drums over here.
Oh, that's it? Oh. Oh, it was just Swedish sirens. I thought those were the like weird versions of the KTGs. 1000 oh, there was a Hungarian. That looked like an E57. Neoprasad 1905 commented, questions for 39K. That decatone siren you made, what would be the octave range with 24 choppers as the ranges from F4 to A5 with 10 choppers? The best answer I have to that is that Yamaha from TSM has 24 choppers and his note ranges from C4 to B5. 2. In that TSM episode, the Mega Thunderplex Part 1, what was that scary thunderbolt that showed up and why was Alerta referring to it as the Bite of 2023? That was part of the script, and I believe it was supposed to be a reference to Five Nights at Freddy's, as Alerta was nicknamed Market Plurter in that part of the script. 3. That Toa horn you bought, what's the highest and lowest temperature it can handle, though it's a 25 or 70 volt power horn, since you mentioned that you can use it on days when it's super hot or super cold? I only really made a fair assumption that it could handle hot and cold weather due to it being made of metal and seemingly having been in the elements before. So I don't really know the exact temperatures it can handle, though I'm like 90% sure it'd fare a lot better than this experimental made beside Musen horn I left outside about a year ago to see how it'd hold up in different weather conditions. It's been out there ever since, and it obviously didn't like last year's heat waves. 4. By any chance are you going to do a full distance test of your mini sirens one by one, like your father did with the mini beside Musen at Hickory Ridge Park back in September of 2020? I only sound the mini sirens outside during the actual tests. The chimes go a minute before. The 2001 at Hickory Ridge Park would drown out even the blitz as soon as it started. Even if the blitz was there with the 2001, that big old megaphone would completely drown it out. So there probably won't be any distance tests of the mini sirens at HRP. Maybe another distance recording of the chime at some point, but not the mini sirens. However, I did do a distance test with the mini thunderbolt at Chalco Park once back in 2019. That's one of the only times I've ever sounded off any of my mini sirens outdoors without the real ones sounding too. I guess it's possible that one day I could do the same test with my other mini sirens too. Maybe even do a mini beside Musen chime or two there as well if I ever get a hold of a power inverter. 5. Since you've been making a lot of custom choppers for the Mini Thunderbolt, is it possible for you to do the same for the Mini SD10? Not likely, as the Mini SD10 has the same number of ports on the stator as the chopper, so it'd need its stator remade too. The Mini Thunderbolt doesn't need to have its stator changed every time I change the chopper though, because it has only one port in the front where the horn attaches. Just like the real Thunderbolt, which has 3 different chopper port configurations, 6.5, 5.4, and single tone 5, though the stator always remains the same, one port that the horn attaches to. 6. Coming back to the Mini Thunderbolt, since you made custom choppers and that we know the audible range is about 1400 feet in case of the 5.6 port chopper at chopper level 2, will it be the same audible range for the rest of the custom choppers at every chopper level? Theoretically, yes, because the blower pushes air through it at a constant rate. This is actually something that's advertised in the ad for the real Thunderbolt from the 50s. Full sound all around. Because the same amount of air is forced through the chopper no matter how fast the chopper's spinning, the volume stays the same. So it would also stand to reason that it wouldn't entirely matter what the chopper's port ratio is as long as the blower's doing its thing. 7. Back when you made the Triblaster V2 siren with the 12.9.7 port chopper and demonstrating the high-low tone, what would that high-low tone sound like with the 12.10.9 port chopper? It would still sound the same because the 12 and 9 port choppers are still there. If the Triblaster were real, it would be able to do 3 different high-low tones depending on how the solenoids are wired. 12.9, 12.10, and 10.9, although it's not really as good as those other two. 8. What does SPS Screecher 78 look like in TSM world? This. 9. Can you please do a complete demo of the Star Spangled Banner, which you did for the mini Beside Musin? I don't know. Let me go get my recovery drive, since that file was only on my laptop's old hard drive. First I thought I was going to get arrested for stealing my own data. Maybe let's see if I can find that file. Two versions showed up, the .wav version and the .mp3 version. The .wav version's a gunner, but the .mp3 version survived, making the .wav version unnecessary, so here's the song. Ford Bronco Guy 48 commented, "Hey BSP, it's me Hayden Mohan. I changed my username to the Ford Bronco Guy 48 because I like Ford Broncos. But I have a question for 39K. Are you going to make any mini electronic sirens like a Whelen 4004 or AT HPSS 16? I once upon a time had an idea to make a mini Vortex, but decided not to since I got a few mini electronic sirens already." Ghosty Pants commented, "OMG, thank you a bunchies bro. I was hella hyped and now that's the hot prize we get. Didn't think the Heart Killer was going to be shown like a Q&A intro, but that's definitely the kick to go for." There's actually a song by H.A.M., or him, called Heart Killer. I hope I didn't come out as demanding or something when I said I hoped to get the reaction of said 1003 song, but I'm glad you took the time for it. Really made my night go hyper. Also, big thanks for taking the time to talking about the pairing drama. That's hopefully putting a stop onto it, knowing that people can nowadays plug up everything that's not off the ground in 3 seconds. Finally, something that Nintendo fails to bring back. I'd definitely buy one should you have any duplicates in plan. I assume the plug and play is still going to get a few updates regarding the different tricky battery shutdown and the charge break. I ain't kicking it off. Other than that, I'm definitely nailing your hot update, lol. For the dirty, you're gonna handle those buttons like a pair of titties. Anyways, I don't currently have any plans to make any duplicates of this unit. It was already enough of a pain in the ass to put together this one. I do have a little idea in mind of possibly rectifying the can't play while charging issue though, involving a 4-prong plug that powers the game unit on one side while charging the battery on the other. And the plug would hold down a button in the socket that would disconnect the battery output from the device when plugged in, so the voltage from the side that powers the unit during charging wouldn't short with the battery. The thing is that I'd have to 3D print a new enclosure though, and that would take a long time as it's the biggest part of the plug and play portable. I'd have to gut the unit and put it back together again, and I don't really feel like doing that at the moment. I was about to say it could have been beer in the 1003 song, but I forgot that I drew the Tempest Coke anyway, LMAO. I'm dumb AF. To point on the chops animation though, the little green box are supposed to be butterroll cookies. The audio and scene are based off of Drawn Together, which Captain Hero cries in the shower and eats a cookie. I lost my patience to Adam grab and eat a cookie, but here's the scene. Yeah, this does look just like the chops animation. Wingo Chan commented, "Did you see the love triangle script I wrote? If so, are you going to make it once it's my turn?" Yes, I did see it, and yes, I'll make it once it's your turn. By the way, I saw a video on your second channel that my dark side get a real kick out of. Seriously, I was laughing like an evil maniac at this video, and I felt I should talk a little bit about it here. I'm sure you all know by now that Madison in real life is super sweet, but her pretty little gotcha character is a bit psychotic. Yeah. Do not mess with Gotcha Madison. But definitely check out the video her real-life counterpart featured her in. I'll link the crazy video in the description. Brian Schlip Jr. commented, "Question for 39K. If the thunderplex model was real, what would the model have? Probably similar to what it has in TSM, though I was originally thinking it'd be similar to the big power plant, which, if real, would be similar to TSM. Then when part 2 of the thunderplex script came out, it turns out the Mega Thunderplex was a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff. Only then did I realize that the Mega Thunderplex multi-parter was a Five Nights at Freddy's episode. The Ray 2009 commented, "Are you continuing that music siren project?" Kinda unlikely. I feel I made a bit off a little bit more than I could chew with that mini music siren attempt. Minecraft Musical 2023 commented, "Question for Q&A 39K. Hey Broken Solar Panel, I want to ask this. 1. Are you going to make a Discord server?" Probably not. Can I have a text file that contains the pitch voice level settings? I'll just show it on screen here, though this is a recreation of the voice pitch settings file due to me not having backed it up before the hard drive crash happened back in 2022. So some of the voice pitches may be missing from here. I recreate the voices when I need to use them, so characters that talked in episodes before the episode, an old idea reemerges that weren't part of these voice pitches shown in my TSM behind the scenes video had to have their voices recreated. 3. I need a tutorial on how to make Tornado Siren Madness talk. I'll link my TSM behind the scenes video in the description. It'll show you how to make them talk. Noah Kahoot commented, "Can Broken Solar Panel MCT15 Firefly Light please?" I do not have that card yet. I only have half the set so far. In fact, here's a list of the Melodix cards I currently own and ones I haven't yet acquired. Plus, the MCT15 is quite a rare card, so it's a bit unlikely that I'll get my hands on one anytime soon. Though I did make a synth of the chime in Mixcraft that I show in my 35K Q&A at 1628. Thunderbolt Siren Studios commented, "Questions for Q&A. How do you make it so the sirens can be tilted?" I use the skew tool. I select the object I want to tilt with a perfect square. Then I put the value I want to turn it in positive at the top and negative at the bottom to turn it clockwise, and negative at the top and positive at the bottom to turn it counterclockwise. Dennis O'Brien commented, "Could you do a synth of Yamaha doing all his songs like this video?" I lost all of Yamaha's note samples to the hard drive crash of 2022, but I am planning on one day doing a video of the Decatone Music Siren songs, since I still have those notes. Wingo Chan commented, "For 39K, I just wanted to know if the TSM characters had birthdays because I wanted to see if their zodiac signs were accurate with their personalities. Yes, I am a nerd when it comes to horoscopes. Anyways, BSP, since you said you haven't thought about giving the characters their own birthdays, would it be okay if I gave them birthdays myself? I thought I'd ask permission first before I assumed anything about him. Also, can P50's birthday be December 17th so his zodiac sign can be Sagittarius? I just think P50 would be 100% a Sagittarius. If you don't understand what I mean, I recommend you read more about the different zodiac signs. It's very interesting." That is kinda interesting. I never thought about giving the characters zodiac signs. I just looked up the zodiac signs, and there definitely seems to be a lot of elements to zodiacery. For some reason I thought it'd be a little simpler than this, but oh well. I guess since you already gave a few of the characters' birthdays in your P-50 videos, I guess it'd be alright. Because now I'm slightly curious as to what zodiac signs you would assign to some of the characters. Curse Studios commented, "Hey, how did you make the cardboard Thunderbolt? Big fan of this channel and Tornado Sirens." I just glued some yellow construction paper onto a piece of cardboard, traced in a large version of the Papercraft Thunderbolt's pieces, cut them out, and hot glued them together. The D commented, "For 39K, do my script. Tornado Siren Madness, Grey Tri-Blaster's regretting idea. Maybe I'll do your script after I do Love Triangle Part 1, as sometimes I like to do single-parters in between the parts of a multi-parter." STH10 commented, "Question for 39K, what inspired you to make the MBJ? Was it imagination or an idea?" I made that siren out of wood soon after I first got into sirens. Yes, that is the first working mini siren I'd ever made. I wanted to make a mini siren, so I did. And that later led to me making several mini sirens, like the mini Thunderbolt, which was originally made up out of parts I'd 3D modeled myself and got 3D printed by a 3D printing service. But later on I got my own 3D printer and reprinted the entire thing using those same exact 3D models. That way I would match the mini SD10 that I also made from scratch and printed on my 3D printer. Then eventually came the mini Basai Musen, the mini P10, and the mini 2001 DC, also modeled by me and printed on my 3D printer. James Arnold commented, "Hello Broken Solar Panel, my name is James and I have a suggestion for a new siren that I'd love you to create. Can you please create a siren called the Super Cyrex 15? It is one of my favorite sirens and that would mean a lot. Thank you, Broken Solar Panel." I've already drawn both the Cyrex and Super Cyrex. In fact, here they are, and they've actually been featured in several TSM episodes before. Anyway, that's it for this special. Broken Solar Panel signing off.